Hey kids, and welcome back to episode 3 of KAMAU Can Cook. Today we will be making tacos, but not just any tacos, a special type of tacos. It goes by many names, many names. I'm gonna say all the ones that I know, and if I'm missing any, let me know in the comments. We know this as Navajo tacos, fried bread tacos, indigenous people tacos, Indian tacos, Indian fried bread tacos, and so on and so forth, and however it goes. And today we are going to be making bison fried bread taco. Why? Because we're cool, that's why. A shortcut for anyone who is watching this is you can actually just use self-rising flour. That way it has the baking powder and all-purpose flour and salt already mixed in together. But I learned from my mother and my grandmother how to make fried dumplings, which is traditional with all fried bread apparatuses. It's passed down, so I don't actually measure. Also, coincidentally, we have Navajo fried all-purpose flour, not sponsored. It was the one that was on sale. Lucky for us, right? Shout out to New Mexico. We love New Mexico. Which is where we had first heard, if I'm not mistaken, about fried bread tacos, whereas I believe there it is Navajo tacos because it's close to the Navajo Nation. I believe there are other tribes that touch New Mexico also, but forgive me, I don't know all of them. So we're gonna try to stick with saying fried bread tacos, but if I slip up, please forgive me. So to get started, we have our bowl, we have our baking powder, we have our salt, and we have our flour. I'm opting not to put any oil or fat inside of mine, which is not traditional. And again, there's no measurements, so shout out to anyone that knows them, because I don't. I just kind of look and feel it out. Coincidentally, as it turns out, while doing a little bit of research for this video, I have come to realize that during the colonial period of the world, depending on where the British colonies went through, they would leave people with sacks of flour, lard, a leavening agent, and some sugar. So no matter where you go in the world, if England passed through, you more than likely have something similar to this recipe. So fried bread is all-purpose flour with baking powder, some salt, and some water. Some people put a fat in there, shortening, lard, butter, olive oil. In the Caribbean, if you were hearing these ingredients and they sound familiar, this might be your roti, which I know is also in India as well, but England, right? So your roti, Johnny Cakes, Festival, fried dumpling, bakes, and whatever else name is. The only difference is, as opposed to putting it into a bowl, we're going to make it flat, almost like a pancake, but we're still going to fry it, and then we're going to top it off like a taco and eat it like a taco, or eat it in your dish however you see fit. So I'm gonna let this rest for about 20 minutes to a half an hour, and now we're going to move on to the bison. So we're going to put this on high heat, medium high heat, and instead of putting a little grease in the pan, because bison is a pretty lean meat, I have bacon fat, which is gonna add a good amount of flavor. Because who doesn't like bacon? Am I right or am I right? I know I'm right, you ain't gotta tell me. So that's gonna be our fat. Most people wait for this to heat up. I am not, because I'm crazy impatient. I'm just gonna have it come up and I'm sure it'll be perfectly fine. I'm gonna add garlic, salt, pepper, cumin, some smoked paprika, and then my secret weapon is my Wakanda spice. I'm not gonna tell you who makes it because they didn't pay me for it, but if you can find it, it's good. It's got a nice earthy flavor. So just like with the patties, I added a little extra seasoning at the end to make sure that it gets the full flavor. I've also lowered the heat now that it's at like the appropriate temperature, because we don't want to have some dry bison in our tacos, right? Nah, who wants that? So now that we got it, I added a little Worcestershire in case somebody was wondering what that was. For color and for flavor, I dig it. You don't have to put it in. It's dealer's choice when it comes to tacos. You can season it however you see fit, but this is how we're rocking today. And now I'm going to leave it on low and cover it, and we're going to move on to frying. You're supposed to do this patting motion to make it happen, but I've made enough pizzas that I feel like I can just do this way. Some people also use a rolling pin. I don't really do that. What you're looking to do is get this as thin and as even as possible and try to keep it somewhat in a circle, but it should look a bit rustic since this is traditionally done by hand. Also, little tears are fine, especially those in the middle, because you actually don't want this to puff up too much. You want to keep it a nice flat surface, because you got to remember that this is sort of like taking the place of a tortilla. And I should have a paper towel and a wire rack ready for straining it, but I don't. I will. And the oil is plenty hot and should cook with the quickness. So we're going to move over to the fryer and we're going to drop one in. Now the key is to drop it away from you. Now what you're looking for is nice golden brown colors. There you go. That's exactly what we're looking for. Not bad, right? A little pale, but it's definitely cooked all the way through. Good golden color. And then we're gonna drop it right on there so that it can get some of the excess oil off. And then we're just gonna do a few more of these, and then we're gonna assemble our tacos. So now we're at our favorite part, assembly. Well, that's not the favorite part. The favorite part is to eat it, but we're going to assemble it first. I am going to take my slightly overdone fry bread because my oil was a little bit too high. Watch your oil. I did not, but that's okay. I like a crispy taco every once in a while anyhow. And we're going to assemble it. I'm gonna start with some green chili.
Just the last shade on?
Well, because I wanted to save some for you, but I guess it ain't doing anybody any good.
We'll share it.
Okay.
Alright,
so we got the green chili in, and now we're just going to put on our bison, which is smelling righteous.
Smelling good. Do you have cheese?
Oh yeah, let's get some cheese in this.
We came prepared. So the first time I actually got to have the Navajo taco, it was the Indian taco in Denver when I went on my girls trip in March, and I had to get it. It was at this place called Tacombe? I'll put it here. And had to get it because we missed out when we did our little Southwest tour. Because the Navajo Nation had, they were closed because of COVID, and a lot of things were closed while we were doing our Southwest tour in December. And so didn't get to get any, but I got to snack some in March. And I have to say, this is looking pretty close.
Are you just saying that because you're married to me?
No. This looks really good. I should grab my camera. So you guys can get a close up. Hold on.
This is another one of those occasions where I wish you had smell-o-vision, because it's really, really, really good. I put the dollop like this. Now, there are a couple of ways you can eat this. You can eat it with a knife and fork, just like cut it and eat at it as is, or you can eat it like how I'm gonna eat it, where I'm just gonna fold it like a regular taco.
I'll grab a knife for myself. You're gonna put hot sauce on it?
Yeah. Which one do you want?
Whichever one.
All right.
So I got my knife and fork. I'm hungry.
All right. And now we dig in.
I think we should take the first one. We'll get Selly Cam. This is definitely crunchier than the one I had.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like how you put like the fried dumpling flair from like the Jamaican Caribbean way of making like fried dough.
Yeah.
Or fried bread.
This is really good.
It's so good. He stopped talking to the camera.
Excuse me.
This is his first time making it.
Yes, this is my first time making it. Not my first time making a fried dough, but my first time making fried bread tacos. I think it was a success. Hopefully, I didn't make anything sacrilegious. So, any native person watching this, let me know how I did. But I'll tell you right now, it tastes amazing. The next time I go to the Southwest, I will definitely be trying to have it myself, because I'm just going off of what I think it's probably going to be like, considering all things encompassed. But I think this one really rocks. And I think that might be it for us.
So definitely go watch our Southwest playlist and watch our little journey around the Four Corners, Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, and Arizona. We traveled with my brother and our sister-in-law, and it was good times.
It was good times.
We definitely want to go back so we
Yes.
can get like soak in all the Navajo history and culture that we kind of missed because it was during COVID times, like mid-pandemic. Watch that, like us if you like us, and subscribe so that you know when we go back.
Yeah.
And for the next episode of
KAMAU Can Cook. And remember, if KAMAU can cook,
You Can Too.
we'll see you next week.